Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Extraction 2. And this movie came out in 2023, and it's currently on Netflix. And it stars Chris Hemsworth once again. And it's pretty much the same as the first movie. It's about an extraction, and the movie is like 2 hours long. And unlike the first movie, I kind of enjoyed this movie more. I wouldn't say this movie is good, but and what this movie does pretty well for me is that it takes things that were in the first movie and improves upon them. Like the action, I think, is so much better in this movie, and there's a 20-minute long action scene that's all done in one take, and it's really impressive and really fun, and that's the best part of the movie for me. And it makes up for a decent amount of the movie for me because it just goes on for so long, and I'm kind of having some fun while watching the movie. I also enjoyed the violence, although this movie isn't as bloody as the first movie, or at least from memory. I think the first movie had a bit more blood in it, but this one had more action and had me more entertained throughout the film. And the movie does kind of feel like a movie, like a dark version of a movie from the MCU, but it's not connected to that at all. It just kind of has that feel, mostly because it was written by one of the Russo brothers. And it does kind of have that feel to it, along with the first movie. And in both movies, I do kind of find that distracting because it just feels like very familiar and not really so much its own thing. And I'm fine with someone like a writer kind of having a style or just doing their own thing. But at the same time, it doesn't really feel like I'm getting anything new at the same time, or something unique, or something I haven't seen before. Like, it's kind of cheesy at times, the way the movie is written, and it doesn't always work for me. And while I do think the characters are a little bit better in this movie, I can't say they're great, and I don't really like any of the characters, and there are some things that I just wish that this movie did better, and I just wish that I cared, which is pretty much the biggest problem I have with this movie, is that I didn't really care what was going on. I wasn't bored out of my mind while watching the movie, because a decent amount of this movie is action, and you can kind of see what's going on, and because of that, the movie isn't terribly boring, and there is some value to it. And one of my bigger issues with the movie would be the villain of the movie, who's just kind of cartoonish and is just... I can't really take him seriously. I don't find him intimidating, even when he kills his own men, and it just feels like the movie's wasting my time whenever it's focused on the villain, and it just feels like filler to me. And in the end, this movie is dumb, it's cheesy, not terribly boring, but I'm not invested in what's going on either. So in the end, would I recommend this movie? No. Would I say I regret watching this movie? Not necessarily. There are some things that I liked about it, and that's mostly the action in the movie, and that 20-minute long action scene that was done in one take that I really enjoyed. Even if some of the special effects in the movie looked kind of weird. And it might just be like the color grading, with it being kind of gray, and all the fire looked like it was a bit gray, kind of like Man of Steel looking. Like, it just looked kind of weird and didn't look right to me. But aside from that, there isn't a lot that ruins the action sequences in this movie. And the action takes up about a third of the movie, and the rest of the movie does not have action. And most of the movie is just stupid dialogue and characters I don't care about, and just goes on for too long. So in the end, I can't really recommend this movie, despite the action scenes that I like. But if you can find them online and just watch only the action scenes, then do that. And skip the rest of the movie, because the rest of the movie is not worth watching, in my opinion. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Extraction 2 a 4 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Extraction 2, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Jarhead. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.